There once was a stock that put to sea. The name of the stock was GME. The price blew up and the shorts dipped down. Hold my bully boys, hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when Ryan Cohen joined the board. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take his shares and hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Before the news had hit the market, Wall Street bets came up and bought it. With diamond hands, they knew they'd profit if they could only hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. No deals were cut, no shorts were squeezed. The captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the artist's creed. He took the risk to hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. For 40 days or even more, the stock went up, then down once more. All gains were lost, it was looking poor, but still those traders did hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The short's not squeezed and the gain's not won. The tendy man makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go.
Let's go. Freaking hopped out of bed to freaking catch this.
A long, long time ago.
Let's stop that. I always have to play that song when we start, you know, because the Tendy Man might be coming. Yeah, bear with me as I'm trying to wake up here. All right, let me see. Let me get some music on. Wow, we're at 1:30. Dude, I called that shit yesterday. I freaking saw that shit. Okay, let's see. What's that? I'm gonna play this one.
Feel my heart, it's beat tight. Oh, my body's breathing, it's just you.
Alright. There we go. Let's look at the chart. Oh. Man, that's crazy. Life is exciting again when GameStop's moving. Like all of a sudden it feels like we just picked up right back off where we left off. It's weird. Like I remember just feeling so hopeless with GameStop. Like so honestly I was full of hope on Reddit every day. And then it was just like I was getting blue balled. Everyone was getting blue balled for a whole year. And then it's just so weird, like waking up exciting. You look at your phone and then it's up like $20. It's nuts. Wow. I think it's really time. Let's see, if I look at the bigger picture now. That's why I put that GameStop logo right here, by the way, because I knew it was gonna come right here. It filled that gap. Look at it. That's so nuts. If we stay above 132 for the day, If we stay above 132 for the day, we could easily make our way to 160. We have a little playroom, wiggle room in here. 130, 160. If we could close a candle above, let me get this up. If we could get a candle above this line right here, above 132. And if we don't get it, it doesn't mean it's like bad. It just means like we want to see like more crazy bullish momentum, just like non-stop. If we get a candle closed over this, I think we're headed up to 160. It's amazing. Once these hedge funds start going down, it's going to be way easier to do TA and fundamentals and everything. Assuming that they're out of the picture. But who knows, maybe we're just draining out one of them. According to that guy from that video. I keep forgetting who said it. But he was on the news a couple days ago saying a hedge fund or someone needs to go to zero. And they said it seemed like they're actually pretty excited for it to happen, to be honest. Let me go back on the 1 minute scale and watch this. We're still above the trend that started yesterday. So that's really good. It's even going steeper now. I would start another trend line right here. But it's on the 1 minute chart, so this is such short term. It would be kind of not really an efficient trend line. You can break out of it really fast and tap down back here. But anyways, let's see any juicy stuff on Twitter. I mean, did something happen, or is it just your casual day of GameStop running up 16%? You know what I mean? It's probably just our casual GME day. Let's check it out. Opening Twitter right now before I pop it up on the screen. Okay. Sorry, I'm out of it. I need to make tea too. The SEC has fined broker Trade Zero over false statements regarding GameStop and other meme stocks. A slap on the wrist, most likely. I'm not going to open that. GME trading update. Oh, this is from yesterday. GameStop reaches its highest Vortex estimated short interest level in over a year at 26%. I think we went higher than that too. It's from yesterday. Breaking shorts never cover GME. Wow, you know that. This is actually I want to watch this actually. Maybe I should put this on. This everyone should see this. The whole world should see this video. Honestly. I'll pop it up on the screen in a second. If they could only hope. Soon may tender men come. Such a catchy song. Oh my god. Capture. Boom. Oh, why is it not showing up? Oh, there we go. Okay. I think everyone should watch this video, to be honest. This should be like a big warning to the whole world.
Thank you, Chairman Sanders and Senator Brown, for the privilege and opportunity to speak before you today. I am a former managing director of Goldman Sachs. Before that, I ran the International Analytics Group as a senior managing director at Bear Stearns in London. I've held positions at Lehman Brothers and the Chase Manhattan Bank. After years on Wall Street, the levels of greed, unparalleled influence, and unethical practices in the industry caused me to step away. Since then, I've worked to uncover the manner in which the global economy and our financial system has become so unequal, unjust, and fractured. In 2008, two of the investment banks that I'd once worked for went bankrupt and saw their risky bets and bad practices nearly tank the global economy. Those banks no longer exist, however, the economy remains on edge. Today, nearly a decade and a half later, we sit at another precipice of grave risk. Asset management, behemoths, and private equity institutions have amplified the distortion in financial markets. The magnitude of their influence over securities and companies has no historical comparison. Their unfettered access to policymakers and major institutions spans the world. These new financial giants are leaving smaller market participants from all parts of the economic spectrum exposed to concentrated systemic risk and diminished representation. Yes, it's true that Wall Street banks remain as powerful and influential as ever, but now asset management firms with trillions of dollars at their disposal have become more influential in governments and the regulatory entities responsible for keeping them in check. It's important to understand that at the top of this financial hierarchy stands BlackRock. The financial Goliath manages $10 trillion in assets. That's more money than the size of any other country's GDP besides China or the United States. BlackRock's meteoric rise has seen its assets triple since 2012 and nearly double from 5 years ago. The world's largest asset manager acts as a money manager, private equity fund, institutional investor, trading software platform, and government partner. What's truly made it untouchable is its ability to produce and attract capital to exchange-traded funds or ETFs. ETFs are attractive because they offer intraday liquidity for both buyers and sellers in the financial markets. But what the shock of the early days of the pandemic in 2020 showed us was that frenetic ETF activity can intensify panic in the markets. Quick outflows executed in bulk can exacerbate a falling market, which can hurt those that can afford it least the most.
What's up, Josh?
Ultimately, leveraging its government connections,
Same here,
BlackRock
man.
was awarded a no-bid
So
contract
stoked.
to manage the Federal Reserve's corporate bond buying program. The contract allowed BlackRock the opportunity to essentially support its own investment-grade bond ETFs in the midst of a pressurized environment. BlackRock and its execs had access to confidential information and the ability to formulate business decisions for themselves and their larger clients. No other institution in the world has or had such access during or since that crisis. Currently, BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street manage more than $22 trillion in global assets. For comparison, U.S. GDP stands just shy of $24 trillion. The asset management industry has only grown more concentrated at the top over the past decade. These big three dominate the market. Their growing stranglehold on U.S. equity participation provides them greater chances to hold veto power or directly influence business strategies for nearly all major corporate decisions. As these institutions expand further into the world of private equity, their ability to dictate corporate control and outright ownership in every sector of the economy will have a greater human cost. Private equity business practices are largely designed to extract capital, not build it. As a result, small businesses and communities caught in the private equity crossfire will come under greater control of big finance that puts cost and job cutting ahead of worker stability. Today, BlackRock and these other institutions have expanded to such a magnitude that they effectively are the market. This represents a monopoly sort of influence over competition, assets, and transactions. It elevates the systemic risk that the global financial system faces. This renders everyday people, retail investors, workers, and anyone with a 401k retirement plan exposed to the risk that these massive trillion-dollar institutions pose. These individual shareholders of ETFs or other funds seeking to invest their hard-earned money in the markets and build for retirement have had their ability to obtain a seat at the table reduced. By creating a shareholder pass-through structure similar to the kind that Wall Street has used for decades, we can strive to even the playing field and reduce the immense power of mega money managers. This would enable participants invested in ETFs or other funds to hold shareholder rights with respect to the corporations in which these vehicles are invested. Currently, these rights are retained by the asset management companies themselves. We should enact policies focused on reducing the sheer size and concentration of asset management institutions and private equity firms to establish a more efficient, transparent, and equitable marketplace. The risk of corporate wrongdoing, fiscal mishaps, unfair tax advantages, and conflicts of interest is too great to ignore. So is the possibility of extreme price movements due to the leverage and trading patterns of these mammoth asset management institutions. Our financial stability and security depends on addressing this. Thank you.
That's wild. That's wild. Everyone needs to see that. Like, everyone in the world needs to see that. That's super wild. And then there's one more where I want to see the guy specifically saying hedge funds need to hedge fund needs to be drained. Let's see. I'm gonna want this context on my. Is this the one that was really long? I don't know if this is the one. I didn't want to show the long one. I wanted to show the one that kind of just gets right to the point. Says it. Let's see. Man, we're still running up. Oh my God, get ready for 160, guys. Like, this is nuts.
Stopped all the time. I do as well by worried investors saying, you know, I've just lost millions. You know, how do we know if the bottom is near? Have we bottomed now?
No, generally a bottom, and I've seen this movie so many times before, is you need a big institution to go bankrupt. That always helps. I mean, you have to sacrifice an institution to get this to work, because then you get a
Citadel.
flushing of equity positions as panic sets in. Margin calls are called in. Shorts, you know, are bought. They basically bought themselves in already, and then you get this big leg down. Usually, it's 5 to 10%, and that is the bottoming process we need now. This time, I was thinking it might be in the crypto space, but that's already been decimated, and so it may be something else, a financial services company, or, you know, there was some rumors about Coinbase that turned out not to be true. But you need somebody's offside somewhere on a leveraged hedge position. You just don't know who it is yet, and they're big.
We don't know who it is.
Wake up in the next 10 days, 20 days, and you're going to find out they're a zero. That's a good thing.
We're just gonna wake up.
That to happen.
We're gonna go.
We're getting close.
We're gonna wake up and be like, "There's zero."
When that happens, any feeling as to what company it could be, Kevin? What sector?
No, you know, it's hard to say. It's generally, it usually happens in financial services where
We're gonna wake up one of these days.
Strategy.
They're gonna be zero.
Leverage strategy. It's always leverage.
The hedge fund, that is.
Or a hedge fund. Hedge funds, a good hedge fund that loses 10 or 20 billion. That's also good.
A hedge fund that loses 10 or 20 billion. That's perfectly fine.
That, you know, you've never seen this kind of a market, so they set up a position that went awry, couldn't unwind their leverage, and they just get wiped out. And again, you know,
that's what we need.
Sorry for them, but I think it's very healthy when that happens. And the trouble with this,
very healthy, guys. We need the whole economy to collapse and a hedge fund to finally go bankrupt. That's what we need. It's healthy. This is healthy, guys. Man, Wall Street is just... Can you believe the audacity of these guys? My God. Oh my gosh, look at this chart. Look at this chart. We're going to 160. We're going to 160. Come on. Let's see. Go to the 30-minute. It's not stopping here. It looks like it wants to keep going. If anything, it might have a touchback to... So right now it's 141. If it dips back down to 132, that wouldn't surprise me. That would be like a really short support check. And then continues making its way back up. I could see that happening. But also I could see it also just going straight to 160. If we get past 160, there's really not too much in the way to get to 200. Barrier right there. So we are right here. This looks like it's gonna happen. Just because I say it looks like it's gonna happen doesn't mean it's going 200%. But to me, in my head, it looks like we're headed towards 160. Yesterday, it looked like we're headed towards 130. We just hit 130. Right now, it looks like we might possibly all day be heading to 160. I don't know how long it's gonna take, depending on how it moved. If it moved like yesterday, it moved kind of slowly upwards. So if it does the same thing, I'm assuming it might take all day to go up to 160. But I do see this gap being closed. I can't imagine it not being closed. And then if we get to 160, that looks beautiful, honestly. If we get to 160, we'll get to 160. It'll be probably a straight shot right up to here. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll have like a little bouncing right here. Who knows? And then, boom, this is a gap. As soon as it passes this line, it's a gap. It's going to go straight to 200. Looks like we're going to start filling those gaps. It's crazy. I'm gonna start those. Start it over. Good song. Alright. Hell yeah, let's fucking go, guys. Let's go. Look at that shit, man. Let's go. Oh my god. Everyone put your hands up in the air for GameStop. Like a spirit bomb from Goku. Do it. Do it. Send your energy up. GameStop. Imagine everyone in the world. Imagine all the GameStop investors at the same time put their hands in the air. That would be a freaking GameStop Kamehameha blast. Yes. If you're wondering how old I am, I'm 5 years old. Okay. I'm 5 years old, and I eat crayons. And I love Goku and Vegeta. I mean, I love Dragon Ball Z. I actually ordered so much shit from GameStop. I got so much Dragon Ball Z stuff from GameStop. Last year when I was like streaming every day, I would go to GameStop like it's a fucking coffee shop, and I would go there and just buy shit. I was like buying their stocks, and I was going to the store and I was buying anything from their stores like religiously. I have like Dragon Ball Z stuff all around me everywhere. Statues, tons and tons of Dragon Ball Z statues. Oh, his arm fell off. His arm fell off. Well, I'm showing tons. Got them all around me. Got the pops too. Yeah, dude, I'm obsessed with GameStop. What I'm gonna say, I took in January. I have family that has GameStop as well. I told them, I was like, guys, you need to buy like one share of GameStop. I told my cousin because, you know, we were watching this every day. We were getting frustrated with the shorts, hedge funds, like completely just manipulating the whole market to the point where like it seemed like we're not gonna win. I remember January came and we were like, dude, this is it. It's January, GameStop. This is the month for GameStop. And I remember we were so hyped, thinking like, yep, we know this is it. We're here. We made it. We held this long. We made it to January. It's gonna take off. Didn't take off. It actually wrecked our feelings more. And he told me he was gonna get out of it. He said, dude, I think I'm done with GameStop. And I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, I know I told you I was gonna be done in January if nothing happened. But I was like, I can't do it. I told him I can't do it. I said I was gonna sell if nothing happened because I was so frustrated, but I can't do it. Honestly, those shares have just become a part of me. Like, it's too stressful to even think about going on a computer share to try to sell them and take a loss, and it's just like, nah, I couldn't do it. But he was like really frustrated to the point where he's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna sell my GameStop for Luna. He told me I'm gonna sell all my GameStop and switch it to Luna. I said, hey, if you want to do that, go ahead, man. He didn't, but look at it now. Luna crashed. It went from over $100 to 0.0001. If he would have done that, he would have lost everything. Luckily, he held on to it, and I held on to it. That was 5 months ago. I was like, nah, I own GameStop, and it is what it is. It's going to 0 or it's going to 1 million. That's literally how I felt about it. And it looks like our time is coming, finally. 5 months later. 5 months. Right in time, too, because we needed it for Luna, honestly. Wait. Is that the screen? Freaking nuts. Let's go, man. We're going to 160, boys. We're going to 160, but a touchback down to here wouldn't be bad. So don't get worried if you see a dip or this is super bullish momentum. You don't want to see just a large one candle that goes to like 200. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see one 1 minute candle just go straight up to 200. You don't want to see that, honestly. I know it would make us all excited and we would all probably would be like really happy. But if that happened, it would drop back down so fast, and we would hear wreck stories already. Someone will be like, oh, I saw the candle, it jumped up to 200, and I put 10k in, and put 100k in it, and then it dips back down to 135. That person is going to get wrecked. So that's why we don't want to see giant, massive candles like that out of nowhere. That is not good. What it has been doing since yesterday and today, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is like almost sideways. It's up, but sideways. Like, it's not just going straight up. It's like, it's taking its time. It's making its small steps. It's like, this looks like such a healthy up. It's crazy. It's a 1 minute scale. I don't even know what the short interest is right now. I don't even know if it matters. Let's see. Battle of 180 today? Probably. No, but honestly, let me see. It doesn't look... It doesn't look like we'll be battling for 180. It looks like the battles will be at 160 or 200. 180 might be like a really we might just go in and out of 180 like nothing. You know what I mean? Like, there's no resistance in this range, at least not over here on the, like 2 months ago. There was no resistance over here in the 80 mark. It was just like either shooting above 180 or falling right under 180. Shooting above 180 to 200, below it to 160, 170. Yeah. So if we go up here, the battle's gonna be for 160 to 200, and we might see a lot of flopping in between. Might. Damn, this is crazy. I need to go make me some tea. I'm gonna hide the music for a second and go make some tea. It'll only take a few minutes.
You can try all you want, but you can't change me. I am stronger than you could ever hope to be. You don't deceive me. I see through some screens. Throw away your love.
warming up my teapot. Just gotta wait for it to ring. Wonder how many millionaires GameStop is gonna make this year, guys. It's gonna make as many millionaires as it did the first time. Wonder how many millionaires when this whole thing first started. Remember, it was on the news. It was everywhere. Oh, GameStop investors donating to charity, buying stuff for everybody. Imagine that on a bigger scale. It's gonna be nuts. These red candles too, they look like they have no chance, man. Like, they're not like just dipping like crazy. They're like really slow, steady little dips. Oh, I'm up. I swear I'm up. Should I get FOMO and buy a call at this price? This is nuts. Let's see. Look for some more info for the day. See what I could find. Oh, did Ryan Cohen tweet? No way. He did. He tweeted, he said, "It is critical for humanity that we expand our civilization to Uranus." And then everyone's posting on it saying, saying America, Jamaica, GME, Rika. Someone says that, which is not 100% true, this is a theory. Uranus rains diamonds. Deep within Neptune and Uranus, it rains diamonds. Astronomers and physicists have suspected for nearly 40 years. Wow. Sure. That's funny. Imagine if it rains diamonds. Go outside all excited, you just die instantly from getting freaking sharded to death by freaking diamonds. That would be funny. Yeah. I think it would be a way bigger of a deal if DFV tweeted. I feel like Ryan has been jacking this off a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. Would you guys rather just like have the chart open with music playing, or would you like would it be better to like play a game or something? I used to play a game sometimes and switch between the chart and the game when I was streaming, but I know at that point most of the GameStop and LRC investors were like fed up with it, so I know the people viewing were going down because obviously the popularity of GameStop and LRC was dying. But I don't know. I don't know if you guys would want to see a game streaming with the chart. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't distract myself with the game because what if the shit runs up really quick to like 200? I will probably won't be able to play the game. I'll be too excited. Let's see if there's any news. Morning brief: top financial stories dominating on Thursday, May 26th. Wall Street bets stocks largely down pre-market. Nvidia, Snowflake poised to fall. Alibaba to rise. GameStop is dishing out big discounts during the special PlayStation event. Huh. I can't unhighlight that. Okay. The UK will review Article USA Inc.'s increased stake in retail. Junk. Google and Facebook own a Meta platform thing. Jedi Blue agreement? What the fuck is this? The CMA's latest probe follows its probe into Google and Facebook owner Meta Platforms Inc. Jedi Blue agreement. What the hell is that? Jedi Blue agreement. That's fucking weird. Anyways, what's GameStop? Sony, Twitter, GameStop. They're dishing out some major discounts. Sony Group. PlayStation Days Play event. The event is due to take place between May 25th and June 8th this year. Nothing huge, just some PlayStation deals, I guess, going on at GameStop for the news. Social buzz. Meme stock favorite GameStop was down 1.9% in pre-market. Oh my god. Why do they leave out the part where it's up like 20%? Oh, I should have kept reading. Meme stock favorite GameStop was down 1.9% pre-market after soaring 29% Wednesday, while companion AMC Entertainment Holdings shed 2% pre-market after advancing 14% yesterday. Why do they always put AMC with GameStop? So frustrating. No one even likes AMC. They're just investing in it because it's cheaper. Like, no one really likes AMC, dude. I don't like AMC. It's just a big brainwashing, manipulative freaking theater. Like, all you do is go in there and brainwash yourself with all the shit they put in your head. I could do that for free here at my house. I don't need to pay a company. I don't need to pay a company $5 for 5 cents worth of popcorn. $10. However, I don't even know how much it's worth anymore. How much is it? I don't even know. I haven't been in the movie forever. The movie theaters I go to is like $5. It's over there in I'm over here in San Gabriel Valley, but it's called like the Azusa Foothill Theater. It's only like $5, and I haven't been there in like years. It's not AMC. I would never go to AMC. My tea is starting to ring. Be right back. Looks like we're having a support test at 132. Probably get a bounce out here somewhere. Probably. Let's see how it goes.
The back and forth has got me so messed up. Don't ignore the signs. We've had enough of the whole damn thing that we got going. You hold the strings without me knowing. Why do I have to suffer through the thinking? Why do I have the feeling that we're sinking? I need to find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way out. Find a way. Find a way out. Find a way. Find a way out. What's all this for? It's got me turned around, but I can't ignore the feelings that I found in this whole damn thing that we got going. You hold the strings without me knowing. Why do I have to suffer through the thinking? Why do I have the feeling that we're sinking? I need to find a way. Find a way.
Sorry about that. Oh, I just spilled it. Dang it. Locks challenge? What's up, brother? Glad you're joining the GME ship. How the hell did I spill it? Alright. Man, remember just less than 2 days ago, the price was like 88, guys. It's freaking amazing. Uy. It is critical for humanity that we expand our civilization to Uranus. That's fine with me. You can do that, Ryan. That's cool. That sounds like a signal to buy, right? Ryan is our financial advisor. I didn't realize AMC was moving at all. It's up 68 cents and they still think it's the same thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hey, that's my post. Check. Yeah, if you guys want to follow my Twitter, it's God's Angel, but the O is with a 0. I was mostly a Luna community leader for the Luna community, so my page is, I literally just have a whole bunch of Luna followers, but I have had my fair share of GameStop on my Twitter. No one ever likes it because it's more of a Luna community, but I still be throwing it in their faces, trying to get some of them to catch on. Gotta make some of our money back somehow. Ooh, it's hot. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if there's any news on there anywhere. It's just from today. Sorry, I couldn't hear that. Man, I wish I was longer. This might be that bounce off of 160 on the 30-minute candle, right? So on the 30-minute candle, we're still all green. We have about 4 minutes left. Look, right here on my screen. 3 minutes left until this candle ends. I think if this candle stays above where it is, I mean, if the candle stays where it is right now, I would expect some upward momentum again, in my opinion. So a couple more minutes until we find out if we're moving up to 160 or if we're going to retest support down here somewhere. Ooh, so hot. So yeah, there's not really any new news on GameStop. Um, everything everyone already knows. Basically the news is the markets are crashing, and this is exactly what everyone expected, right? That the markets were going to crash, and GameStop was built to survive during these crashes. This is that happening right in front of our faces. Um, any TA or fundamentals given is pointless until hedge funds are drained out, until they're gone, until they can't short anymore illegally from dark pools. So like it seems like everyone's just playing games, right? With all their investments, like they all believe that everything is just like a free market, and they follow fundamentals and TA. It's sad because at any moment a hedge fund could just be like, short that, short that, like just like that, which literally discredits any information we give or have. Just like it's so manipulative that this is why everyone, or at least smart people in my head, some people with some wrinkles on their brain, bought some GME. If they actually dug into it and did a little bit of their own research, they'll understand that GameStop is not a dead company. They're expanding really fast, rapidly, and the chairman is Ryan Cohen, Chewy maker, Chewy founder, billion-dollar company. It's just no way. There's no way we're going down. Just the fact that we know we're not going to zero, it's not gonna go bankrupt, that should be bullish. That should be bullish right there. Because that's what their narrative has been against us, is that GameStop is a dying brick and mortar company. Nothing's happening. That's what they've been saying the whole time. Meanwhile, GameStop has been making moves. It ran up to 400, came back down, ran up to 300, came back down, ran up to 200. Dying brick and mortar companies don't do that. No matter what they tell you on the news, that there's no way. How does a dying company have a run up to $400, $500? That makes no sense. That should have been a clue to a lot of people in the start, like a year ago, over a year ago now. Just that should have been like the first question they asked. Well, if it's a dying brick and mortar company and there's nothing left for it, why did it run up to 500? Why did it run up to 300 after? Why did it run up to 200? Why is it running up now? The answer is simple. The answer is very simple. It's not rocket science actually at all. It's not a dying brick and mortar company. That simple. That answer alone should be enough of why you invest into GameStop, because the whole narrative is it's dying. But if you look at it, it's not dead. That's the first like major clue that everyone should have about GameStop. And then to make things even better, they started partnering with LRC. Yeah, it's not ripping. It's not ripping. LRC is not ripping, and GameStop's not ripping because of the partnership. But just take it for what it is. GameStop, a mainstream dying brick and mortar company, is teaming up with a chain, a LRC, a blockchain, to what are they gonna do? They're gonna team up so they could die together? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Everyone knows the crypto market right now. Well, everyone doesn't know the crypto market, but everyone who does know it knows how it is. It's the future of technology. It's the future of finance. Now, if a dying brick and mortar company is teaming up with the future of finance, why would they do that if they're dying? It makes no sense. It's your second clue. They ain't dead, and they're partnering with crypto. It's huge. They're gonna make their own market, their own marketplace for NFTs. Imagine let's say hypothetically speaking, when it comes, there'll be their GameStop website. Let's say there's a game out, just for just to make it an easy explaining, let's say there's a new Pokemon game out, right? And then LRC somehow works with Pokemon and makes a Pokemon NFT. Now, a lot of people just think it's a picture. Oh, it's just a picture. What am I going to do with just a picture of Pokemon or something? It's like, no, Pokemon will actually be like your character for inside the game. So you buy the character and you get to take that character with you into any game. That's what an NFT is. And on top of it, it's more of like, I mean, if you're not talking about GameStop, if you're talking about it in general, NFTs is like a startup. Like, you basically give someone with an idea money, and in return they give you a token, a receipt. It's almost like a receipt for whatever you invested in. So let's say if stocks were doing this, you buy GameStop stock and they give you some NFT. Now that NFT doesn't have a set price, but everyone could trade that NFT for whatever price they want and make their own money within their own little marketplace there. So not only will it make money for GameStop, but it'll make money for whoever is selling the NFT or collecting them or whatever. And people don't realize that it's basically a startup. You're basically an NFT is basically like an NFT startup receipt in most places right now. For GameStop, who knows? They're gonna mass adopt it, right? It's gonna be mainstream. So I'm guessing is the NFT will be like a character for inside the game. I'm sure they'll have an art side too, where it's just art. But yeah, the fact that GameStop is integrating with crypto is mind blowing. No other mainstream company has done it yet. Starting their own marketplace. Well, actually, maybe there has been. I know Flow. I know Flow has started with that. They did it with NBA Top Shot basketball, and actually they just did it again with Attack on Titan. So maybe they're not the first, but I know NBA Top Shots got kind of popular for a second actually, but it died off. I don't know if the flow chain was doing bad or the website itself. I'm not sure, but I know it did die down a little bit. So GameStop still has a huge market to fill. All right, are we gonna get that touchback? Oh, it's 8:06. So I think that 30-minute closed above, right? Yep. 30-minute candle closed above. That's a good sign that we're going to keep moving up. But it does look like we're still getting red. We'll see what happens. This is the trend line from yesterday that it started. Just watching it move along it. This looks like we started above it, fell underneath, moved above it, fell underneath. Is that? Oh, yeah, it's a candle. So basically, these lines are just signals for me. It doesn't mean they're going that direction or it doesn't, I don't know. Some people don't understand the meaning of trend lines really. They think like, oh, if we set a trend here, that we expect it to go up this trend, I guess, or something. I have no idea what people think, honestly, but basically these lines are signals. Some people will go and find like some what's it called, indicators pre-made in here that automatically do it for you. But I do it myself manually by making these trend lines. It's not. It doesn't mean that it's gonna follow this trend forever. They're just signals for me of how it's doing. So if it touches down here, I'd be like, okay, that's like one of the last signals of it being on that trend. If it falls out, it's not having bullish momentum anymore. That means it like flipped. There's just so many ways that this can like signal me for different things. Also, it's also trends. It's just so many things. When I set these trends, don't be like, oh, must be set in stone. That trend means it's going straight that way. It's not what it means. It could easily go straight up above these, no problem. It could easily fall underneath these, no problem. But if it falls out right here, to me, at this point, is a signal to me that it's no longer bullish and we might go down. So if I were a day trading or something, that would probably be a sign for me to like start watching out if I wanted to sell or buy back in lower. I don't do that, but I'm just saying like they're just signals. Same thing for over here. Same thing for over here. But honestly, TA has made me more money than fundamentals. I honestly don't think fundamentals matter at all in a manipulated hedge fund world. I think hedge funds just look at the TA and they look for patterns, and if they see a pattern is about to look bullish or about to break out, they're like short it now. You know what I mean? Like they're like everyone's expecting it to rip right now, short it. Everyone's expecting it to dip right now. It looks like a bearish chart. Freaking go long it. Buy it. So if we get a full touchback, it could fall down to here and it still be bullish. Because this is the 5-minute scale. This is the minute scale, so this is really this should be volatile. This shouldn't scare you. But we'll see how it plays out. Oh, whoops. Close my music. Ah, so good. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna take a little break. It's 8:13 right now. I'll try to be back on talking like within an hour. But if it takes longer, I'm sorry. I'll leave the chart going If anything interesting happens, I'll most likely just hop back on. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and just stare at the chart 24/7. I only like doing it when it's exciting. And right now it's having a little correction, so it's having a little correction, but it looks really bullish still. If you say this is the head, the shoulder right here fell down to right here. The shoulder over here fell down to right here. The shoulder over here was 140. Shoulder over here, 136. To me, it still looks like it's going to swing upwards. But then, the second shoulder, we're right here. And the second shoulder over here, it looks like it fell off. So it was bullish up until this point, and then right here kind of fell underneath down to here without the second shoulder. Interesting. Very interesting. But this is the minute scale, so I shouldn't even worry about it that much. So zoomed in. This will give you a headache trying to figure that out. Alright. Yeah, take a little break. See you guys in a bit. Hopefully we'll be heading towards 160. I'll leave it like this. Alright. Did my music start? Bye.